All right, so John Paz from the Creative Control Network has an email here, and he's kind of stating the obvious, which is kind of like par for the course for the people on the Creative Control Network. The subject is Sting. Hey, Konnan, Disco, and Feeney. The Sting is in their Hall of Fame talk is insane to me. He's one of the biggest stars of all time and definitely not a quote-unquote territory guy. Just a few things to point out. One of the most recognizable stars of all time, top guy during wrestling's hottest period, Monday Night Wars. Did you know that, Konnan?
No, I'm thinking.
Number 2, top rating getter in WCW history alongside Ric Flair. Constant rematch and feud because they knew would draw a good rating. The last time WCW with a quarter-hour rating was when Sting beat DDP for the WCW title on 4/26/1999. He lost the title later on the same night. WCW never won a quarter-hour again. Sting versus Hollywood Hogan at Starrcade 97 drew 700,000 buys, the most in its history. Sting was the number 2 merch seller in WCW behind the NWO. The Sting masks were huge. And nearly 40 years on top of the business, has wrestled every top star ever. Not that wins and losses matter, but his win-loss record against Flair and Hogan is very favorable. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, so I'll ask a question. Where does Sting rank all time? Top 25, 50, or 100? Thanks, and that's from John Paz. P.S. Why is Joe Feeney III so forgetful?
You want to answer that, Joe? Because a guy works with you, and so it isn't just a problem here.
No, it's not. It's a problem in everyday life. I don't know. I need to get a neurological exam, maybe. I don't know. It's a problem.
Well, let me tell you, I think one of the problems here is you're trying to do too much. You know, like you've got 9 shows. I would reduce those to the 3 that are making the most money. Yeah. What?
No, he's not. He's not organized enough to do all the work.
And he's too busy. He's too busy going on Discord and YouTube and seeing what they're saying about him. Hey, Joe's a nice guy, you know. And yeah, thanks, thumbs up, you know. So, bro, what is the problem? What do you mean a neurological problem?
I don't know. It's bad even in everyday life.
You don't write these down. Like, you don't set your.
I write them down, and then it's just.
You don't, because I always have to remind you. Look, let me tell you. I'm here at my desk. I'm here at my computer desk. I'm going to show you. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3, 4. These are all notes that I write to myself. So I don't forget. Well, then why do you forget? I actually put notes in my shoes. So when I wake up in the morning, how about going, I've got a ledger. Let me look at it every day to see what I got to do. How about that?
I need some.
Just like every day you brush your teeth, every day you feed your cat, every day you take Flexerol.
Let's get back to the Sting thing.
Top 25.
Right. I say top 10 or top 25 definitely.
Well, here's the problem. Larry Dallas, you know, came on the show and he said Sting isn't Hall of Fame worthy, and by chance, I don't even know. Believe me, by chance, I read an Observer where Dave said the same thing. He's just regurgitating.
We read it on this show. We read the email where somebody said,
"Oh, is that?" No. But Dave Meltzer, had written the same thing.
Somebody emailed. Dave back in the day had written what he wrote about, and I read it.
I read it somewhere,
and it sounded exactly like what Larry Dallas repeated. Right.
Like the same thing he was calling you. He was calling you a grifter and a con man. I was like, first of all, I don't even know what a grifter is, and those are the words that Dave used to describe you.
Right. So wait, Dave described me as it? Wait. When has Dave ever called me a grifter?
Well, I think con man. I threw in the grifter just for extra.
Wait, kicks. No. I think he called Eric.
No, you too. I think.
No, he called me. Yeah. And I doubt he called me a grifter and a con artist. How am I a grifter and a con artist? If somebody. Let me read this to you. Okay. This is the definition. Con artist. A grifter is a con artist. Someone who swindles people out of money through fraud. There's one type of person you don't want to trust. It's a grifter. Someone who cheats others out of money. Grifters are also known as chiselers, defrauders, gougers, scammers, swindlers, and flim-flam men. By the way, there's one of my fantasy football team names in our league is called the Flim-Flam Man.
I like that.
You like that?
It's a movie too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely absolutely not a person who swindles people out of money through fraud. I'm an expert in the wrestling business. I've done it. I've trained. I've done everything except for owning the company. I would argue that the people that have never been trained in professional wrestling, that are making money off of wrestling, that you would make a great case that those are the grifters and the con artists, because it's that's like what like. Let me look at the definition here: fraud. Okay, let me look up the definition of fraud. Exactly what it means. Okay, we know what it means, but I want to hear the exact definition. Wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. A person or thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being credited with accomplishments or qualities. Okay, so who would you consider more of a fraud? Somebody that's somebody that's doing a podcast talking about wrestling that's done it before, or somebody doing a podcast talking about wrestling that hasn't?
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you're saying that about if you're saying that about Meltzer,
I'm talking about most of the
most of them,
the Mark podcasters,
100%, 100%,
right? Yeah. But Dave is actually no, but the thing with Dave is actually a journalist. Okay, like Dave's done.
I think he even went to school. Yeah,
right, exactly. He's gotten awards for
he
journalism.
He worked for USA Today. Yeah,
right. But the Mark pod,
like he used to write soccer back in the day. I was surprised. What his soccer IQ is very high.
Well, the thing is, Dave, if he calls guys like me and Conrad, or me and Eric and Bruce frauds, I would suggest, Dave, you need to look at you need to look at the definition of grifter, because you are fraudulently calling us something that we're not. Okay, we're not trying to make
sure, because I could have gotten it wrong. What do you have there, Joe?
Oh, it's my favorite Observer quote, and Disco enjoys it as well. It says
that he had the highest ratings.
From an Observer Rewind, Dave, for the last couple of months, has been compiling all the quarter-hour ratings, who was in those segments, and examines what segments rise and fall compared to previous segments, which is how you can see he was making people watch. And just looking at the numbers, the top ratings draw is Disco Inferno, followed by Roddy Piper, Chris Jericho, Steve Austin, and Alex Wright. Dave says the numbers don't lie. No matter where he's placed on the show, the ratings increase significantly every time Disco Inferno is on TV, and any explanations don't fully explain that. Bottom line, Disco's a real draw on TV.
Let me ask you a question: did he call him a con or a grifter?
No, this is fine.
No?
Yeah, try to find that. I doubt that Dave has used that terminology. I think Larry did.
No. I definitely saw the word con man with you from him.
Really?
Yeah.
Con man. Me evoke a con man. Would anybody that listens to the show, would you get con man out of me? Like, I'm as brutally honest as I can be.
So I think that if somebody can find that article, could you please forward it to us, please?
Right. Yeah. Because that's malicious slander right there. And if that's the case, I'm going to sue Dave for $100 million for slander. Would that be a good number, Konnan?
Would you give him a good old Marietta Tushy kicking?
I'll do it. What men do in 2023. I'll sue.
Would you call it tortuous interference?
Tortuous interference. Yeah. Interference.
So that's Gabe Spakowski's favorite word. He went on a rant one day, and you use that word at least 10 times. Go ahead.